Hi guys, this time I will discuss some language learning assessment material. The first one is about concept, function, objective tools, and procedure of evaluation. Uh, Number one is concept. Evaluation is an assessment process by comparing the expected goals with the actual progress or assessment achieved. In the evaluation process, there must be consideration. Through this consideration, the value and significance of something being evaluated is determined. Giving consideration about value and meaning must be based on certain criteria. Without clear criteria, consideration of the value and meaning provided is not process that can be classified and evaluation. And number two is function for student. Function for student didactic educational evaluation will be able to provide motivation for them to able to improve and maintain their achievements. Evaluation also makes students know their ability. Salah satu fungsi khusus evaluasi ini adalah provide an overview. The description of the result that have been achieved in the learning process is reflected, among other things, in the learning results of the student after the learning results evaluation activities were carried out. Jika diterangkan secara objektif, maka secara umum, in general, the purpose of learning evaluation is to determine the effectiveness and efficiency of the learning system at large. The learning system in question includes various elements such as goals, material, method, media, learning resource, environment, and also the assessment system, seperti keeping track, checking up, finding out, and summing up. And then number three is tools. And evaluation tools is said to be good if it is able to evaluate something with results similar to the situation being evaluated. The evaluation technique used is known as the evaluator technique, which is divided into two, namely test technique and non-test technique. Yang pertama yaitu evaluation technique. Tes teknik yang pertama bisa selection test, pre-test, post-test, diagnostic test, formative test, and then summative test. And non-test teknik kita bisa menggunakan kuesioner, checking list, interview, observation, and curriculum vitae. And I'm sorry guys, di luar sedang hujan. And the last procedure of evaluation. According to Muhtar Bukhari, the learning evaluation procedure is carry out through 5 stages. Yang pertama yaitu planning atau perencanaan. Yang kedua yaitu data collection, pengumpulan data. Yang ketiga yaitu data verification atau verifikasi data. Dan yang keempat yaitu data analyze atau analisis data. Dan yang terakhir kelima yaitu data interpretation, yaitu penafsiran tentang data tersebut. Dan materi selanjutnya yaitu Bloom's Taxonomy. Bloom's Taxonomy is a hierarchical framework used to classify educational objectives and skills into level of complex. It was created by educational psychologist Benjamin Bloom in the 1950 and has been widely used to design educational activities, assessment, and curriculum. The taxonomy consists of 6 levels. Yang pertama, remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. With each level, building upon the previous one in terms of cognitive complexity. When constructing a test using Bloom's taxonomy, consider the following guidelines. Number 1, alignment. Number 2, the first level. Number 3, balance. And number 4, clear instructions. Number 5, clarity. Number 6, variation. Maksudnya variasi of question types gitu loh guys. Dan nomor 7 yaitu real world context. Number 8, critical thinking. Number 9, avoid bias. And number 10, validalitas dan reliability, kevalidan dan keaslian prosedur itu. Dan contoh-contohnya yaitu 1, mengidentifikasi, identify learning objective. Number 2, choose Bloom's level. Number 3, create question for each level. And number 4, balance question types. Number 5, provide clear instructions. And number 6, use diverse formats. And number 7, include higher order thinking. And number 8, review and revise. Yaitu scoring for subjective from tests. Yang pertama, number 1, analytical scoring method. This scoring refers to the element of the ideal answer. The high and low score of student is dependent on whether the target element is complete or not. Usually, this scoring technique is used in objective description tests, where students' answers are described in a certain order. And so, if students have written the correct formula, they are given a score. Entering number into the formula into the formula correctly is given a score. Producing the correct calculation is given a score, and the correct conclusion is also given a score. So, the score for an item is the sum of a number of scores from each response to the question. Criteria to do this method: the relevance of the content of the test taker's answer to the expected answer, the adequacy of the content of the test taker's answer regarding the problem being asked. Other things that are necessary and relevant to the field of study, and the test objectives, the description and style. For example, the use of language that is straightforward and easy to understand. And then number 2 or B, holistic scoring method. This is a scoring method that is based on the breadth of response given. The high or low score of a student answer depends on the overall quality of the student answer. The way to do this is to read the answer in their entirety for each item, and then put them into categories ranging from good to not so good. So each student answer is enter into one of the categories, and then each answer in each category is given a score according to the quality of the answer. The quality of the answer is determined by the Caesar openly. There must be data or fact, an element of analysis, and a conclusion. This is my material. Thank you.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. I got 3 whole thoughts.